They say truth often becomes a tale, and tales rarely become a legend. No wonder history isn't affected by biases, misinformation, and controversies. From the mystic history where folklore intertwines with reality and the line between human and beast blurs, to the annals of time where tales of werewolves have captured the imaginations of civilizations worldwide, the phenomenon of transformation has woven itself into the fabric of our shared history. Welcome to our channel, and today we explore the most gruesome real stories of werewolves in history. Thieves of Kaltenbrunn. In the mystical landscape of 17th century Swedish Livonia resided Thieves of Kaltenbrunn, a man who gained notoriety among the locals. Whispers circulated suggesting his affiliation with the supernatural, a werewolf, akin to creatures found in folklore. Initially, local authorities dismissed the notion that Thieves could be a werewolf. It was not until 1691, during an inquiry into an unrelated matter, that Thies found himself under official scrutiny, and the narrative took a peculiar turn. Thies, an octogenarian with a wealth of experiences, commenced recounting a fantastical chronicle of his life as a werewolf. Allegedly, he and his associates would transform into wolves on significant occasions, such as St. Lucia's Day and Midsummer Night, reportedly facilitated by enchanted wolf pelts. Intriguingly, he later amended this account, asserting that the transformation required mere nudity, dispelling the notion of magical pelts. During these purported transformations, these claimed they embarked on midnight excursions, pillaging farms and indulging in the consumption of livestock. Remarkably, he insisted that despite their lupine form, they retained their human consciousness, engaging in the culinary preparation of the animals they procured, though the specifics of this process remained unexplained. The revelation took an unexpected turn when Thies proclaimed that werewolves were not agents of darkness, but were executing divine tasks. According to him, they embarked on perilous journeys to hell, confronting the devil and his accomplices to retrieve stolen goods, such as grain and livestock. Astonishingly, he asserted personal participation in such a mission just a year prior. Further complicating matters, Thies was revealed to be more than an ordinary church attendee. His interests extended into community magic involving the casting of spells and blessings. This revelation likely left the judges perplexed and questioning the nature of the proceedings. In response, the authorities administered corporal punishment to Thies and expelled him from the town. The subsequent events surrounding Thies of Kaltenbrunn remain shrouded in mystery, lost to the annals of time. The narrative concludes with an enigmatic air, leaving Thies and his peculiar tale to the echoes of history. Next, in this tale of mystery creatures is Manuel Blanco Romasanta, the Spanish serial killer. Manuel Blanco Romasanta. In the shadowy corners of Spanish history, one name stands out in the eerie tales of the mid-19th century: Manuel Blanco Romasanta, Spain's serial killer rumored to be a werewolf. Born on November 18, 1809 in Regueiro Esgos, Romasanta had a strange beginning. Initially thought to be a girl, he was raised as one until a doctor changed that at the age of 6. Despite this odd start, Romasanta's family seemed well off, and he learned to read and write, a rarity in Galicia back then. Standing short at 4'6" to 4'11" with blonde hair and a soft look, Romasanta led a normal life until his wife's sudden death in 1833. Then he became a wandering salesman guide, traveling across Galicia and Portugal. But behind his friendly facade lurked something sinister. In 1852, Ramasanta was accused of killing 13 people. He claimed he was cursed with being a werewolf, but when challenged, the curse mysteriously vanished. Though some deaths seemed linked to wolves, suspicion hung over Ramasanta like a dark cloud. He received a life sentence in prison in 1854, but a hypnotist's plea prevented his death. Locked away, he faded into darkness, his spirit worn down by time and sickness. Ramasanta's tale warns us to look beyond appearances and biases, revealing the tangled depths of human nature. From dressmaker to killer, his story shows how complex people can be, urging us to seek justice with wisdom and understanding. Peter Stump. Peter Stump, also known as Peter Stube, was a German farmer whose name became infamous in history as the Werewolf of Bedburg. Accused of heinous crimes including werewolves, witchcraft, cannibalism, and incest, his trial and subsequent execution in 1589 remain one of the most sensationalized cases of alleged lycanthropy and occult practices. The primary source documenting Peter Stump's case is a 16-page pamphlet published in London in 1590. This document, a translation of a lost German print, details Stump's life, crimes, trial, and the testimonies of witnesses. While the exact details of Stump's birth remain unknown, historical records place him near Bedburg, Germany around 1530. His aliases include variations of Stumpf or Stump, likely derived from the fact that his left hand was amputated, leaving a stump. Stump was a prosperous farmer and a widower during the 1580s, with 2 children, including a daughter named Bele and a son. In 1589, Stump faced a sensational trial in which he confessed to practicing black magic since childhood. He claimed to be in possession of a magical belt that the devil had given him, which allowed him to change into a wolf-like creature. Stump confessed to a 25-year spree of cannibalism and murder, including eating children, pregnant women, and his own son. He admitted to an incestuous relationship with his own daughter and claimed intercourse with a succubus. On October 31, 1589, Stump, his daughter Bele, and his mistress Catherine faced a gruesome execution. Stump endured torture, including the tearing of flesh, breaking of limbs, and beheading, followed by the burning of his body. Bele and Catherine were flayed, strangled, and burned alongside him. As a deterrent, authorities erected a pole bearing a wolf figure and Stump's severed head. As we close the history diary of Peter Stump, we come across another true werewolf within French history, Gilles Garnier, the worst serial killer in the history of France. Gilles Garnier, the Werewolf of Dole. In the year 1573, there was a man in France named Gilles Garnier, who was also known as a French serial killer, cannibal, and hermit convicted of being a werewolf. He was alternately known as the Hermit of Saint-Bernard and the Werewolf of Dole. Gilles Garnier was a reclusive hermit living outside the town of Dole in the French Comte province in France. He had recently been married and moved with his new wife out to his isolated home. Being unaccustomed to feeding more than just himself, he found it difficult to provide for his wife, causing discontent between them. During this period, several children went missing or were found dead, and the authorities issued an edict encouraging and allowing the people to apprehend and kill whoever responsible. One evening, a group of workers traveling from a neighboring town came upon what they thought to be a wolf, but was unrecognized as the hermit with the body of a dead child. Soon after, Gilles Garnier was arrested. According to his testimony at trial, while Garnier was in the forest hunting one night, trying to find food for himself and his wife, a spectre appeared to him, offering to ease his troubles and gave him an ointment that would allow him to change into the form of a wolf. You think it just ends here? No. This makes it easier for him to hunt, but suddenly Garnier turned out to be a serial killer. In October 1572, his first victim was a 10-year-old girl whom he dragged into a vineyard outside of Toul. He strangled her, removed her clothes and ate the flesh from her thighs and arms. When he had finished, he removed some flesh and took it home to his wife. Weeks later, Garnier savagely attacked another girl, biting and clawing her, but was interrupted by passers-by and fled. The girl succumbed to her injuries a few days later. In November, Garnier killed a 10-year-old boy, again cannibalizing him by eating from his thighs and belly and chewing off a leg to save for later. He strangled another boy but was again interrupted by a group of passers-by. He had to abandon his prey before he could eat from it. He viciously attacked and tore in half an unidentified boy who was passing by in 1572 by biting and tearing at his stomach. He killed a girl in 1573 by strangulation, then consumed her flesh, severed her left leg, and gave it to his wife. Garnier was found guilty of crimes of lycanthropy and witchcraft and burned at the stake on January 18, 1574. Even though Garnier was burned at the stake, his trial was done by the secular authorities and not by the Inquisition, as superstition was not judged by the Inquisition. More than 50 witnesses deposed that he had attacked and killed children in the fields and vineyards, eating their raw flesh. He was sometimes seen in human shape and sometimes as a werewolf. His story teaches us about the dark side of human behavior and the need for societies to stay vigilant. As we conclude our journey through werewolf history, delving into the chilling tales of Peter Stump and Giles Garnier, the notorious werewolves of the 16th century, your engagement propels our investigation forward. Intrigued by Stump's trial, Garnier's crimes, and the authorities' reactions, we venture further into the darker corners of human history. For more insights into the creature lurking within, remember to subscribe to our channel.